Good evening. It is yours truly, Lamorta Cena, aka Mr. ASTP Photography. I'm in a different setting today, only because my mom is still in town and she really needs picking up from. Hold on, playback here. Where's this coming from? Where's this coming from? Hold on a second. I'm getting some playback here from somewhere else. Uh, my Instagram. Gotcha. All right, we are live now. I'm sorry, everybody. That was just a little technical difficulty, but we are live. Here we are. Boom. So I am in the clubhouse today. Lighting isn't the best. It's getting a little dim outside. It's like that golden hour that we talk about, man. Right now is the perfect time to be out here taking pictures. Um, but so I am in the clubhouse today. My mom is still in town, so getting some rest. Hopefully, I'm not gonna say nagging, but she's been on my case just like for every little thing that's been going on. Phone ringing off the hook. All these telemarketers are calling. Have all these scam. Nobody, a bunch of nobodies that are calling, and for everybody that calls, she has to answer. And I'm just like, yo, put the phone on silent and get you some rest. Oh, well, who is this? I need to find out what this is about. What's this about? And there's just a whole lot going on. So her train ride was canceled last night because of derailment that happened in Virginia somewhere. And so she's back here with me. We actually went to Fayetteville to drop her off last night, and that's when we found out. Um, then I get back to my apartment because I'm late, which I have to apologize for. But I've been back and forth in my apartment, man, like for the last 3 or 4 times now, right before this live, trying to get everything together. Just seems like everything is kind of going to hell. It's trying to. It's trying to. I'm not going to let it. I'm not going to let it. But there's been just one thing after the other, put it that way. On top of that, making sure that she's okay while she's supposed to be getting some rest. And she's super active. She's just always active. She don't know how to. I guess maybe that's where I get it from. That's where I get it from. So, anyway, I wanted to catch you all up to speed because there's been a lot going on. My sleep pattern is thrown off from last night. We didn't make it into about 4 o'clock, 4:15 ish this morning. Get to bed somewhere around 5 o'clock. I had to rearrange my living room, put up the air mattress, and make sure just everything is everything. So I had a late start today, which threw my night off tonight, of course, which also means I'll be up late tonight working tonight. So. But yeah, but today's been good so far as it being productive, just trying to get into my loop without all the extra distractions. And yeah, I hope everybody else's day has been going well. So welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Again, I'm in the clubhouse, so I had to be mindful. I don't know if I can give you guys a tour real quick. They put me out of the clubhouse too. Let me see if I can turn this around. So this is the clubhouse. This camera is doing any justice. Of course, I'm on the 23rd floor. So we have the pool on that side. And they just remodeled, just opened it back up here recently. The sky deck is over there. But this isn't doing any justice. I would have to live stream from my phone just to kind of give you guys a better idea. But I'm also looking to do something up here with photography too, now that this is back open up, and using the sky deck and the pool soon. So anyway, it is your true Lamorta Cena, aka Mr. ASTP Photography. What is ASTP Photography? You may ask. Well, ASTP Photography is a storyteller's promotion and photography. And that's just, it started off as a marketing or a promotions company. And then I started white labeling marketing materials. And this was towards the year of COVID, the first year of COVID. Everything kind of took a downfall. Then I had to pivot into photography and trucking and everything else. And that's how I landed here pretty much. Photography has been keeping me afloat. keeping me active, super active. And I'm here now. I've revamped my website twice, maybe three times. This is the third time, maybe, since I've officially launched. And yeah, and this is I'm something that I'm super excited about, putting a lot of work. You guys have been following the journey. For those of you that have been following the journey, you know the process. And I'm super excited about this. Let me see if I can add this video. It should be in here. All right, cool. So something I'm super excited about, but that's my little rant for right now. I may give you a little bit more, but I'm a little all over the place because all the back and forth. Just been a lot going on. But anyway, let's get into the intro and we'll start from there. All right. Yes, sir. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yeah, man. We are now going into my process with sharing you guys what I've done so far to the website. The website is complete, and I want to give you the strategy as far as what I'm going to do next. What's next after the website is complete? There are a few minor things that I need to do for the website, which is really, really minor. One of the things that I'm looking at doing for the website is I will be creating an AI automated chat, automated assistant, I should say, an AI assistant to my website, where you could actually go through the onboarding process from the assistant. So that's going to be a dope feat where you really won't have to speak with me to book your session. All you have to do is I have the packages laid out. I'm thinking about whether if I should leave the packages up there with the prices and everything, or have it all set up through AI, or where you can just set up an online consultation where we can talk about the prices and everything. Prices have gone up. But it's structured that way so that it can go up. Right. And once you see what I've done to the website, you'll understand what I'm saying. And I haven't included the price list yet, but I have it all written up on my phone. I just have to add that to the booking page for the most part. And that's pretty much it. Outside of that, it's just getting into the marketing tools with GoDaddy, because that's who I'm using for my website. And they have like automated ads integrated with AI. They have a lot of different tools, email marketing as well, which is another big one, because I was looking at paying for the services with like, what is it, Constant Contact and some of the other services. But now I can run everything through GoDaddy pretty much because I'm already paying for it and didn't even know it. I didn't even know I was paying for this stuff. I mean, like, this GoDaddy stuff hasn't been cheap, and I'm nowhere near like privy to all the tools that I have access to, like understanding the tools that I have access to. So I'm working on all of that. But anyway, I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm going to take you into my GoDaddy account. I'm not going live. I'm making it public today because I want to finish up the last little bit of touches with the advertisement, the price list, and setting up the AI assistant for the website. And then I'm also looking at creating my own chat bot for the website as well, replacing GoDaddy's chat bot and replacing it with my own so that it'll be a bit more cohesive. It reads the website, gives you everything that you need directly from the site. So, all right, so here we go. A lot of new things, man, a lot of new features. So I'm going to share my entire screen with you all on my laptop. And I'm going to take you here. Also include audio. All right, here we go. All right. So as you all remember, Brittany and Nicole, thank you for joining, love. Appreciate you watching. Let's see what's going on with my Instagram. Katie, what's up? What's up? Soul Expression, I see you, sis. Sergio, what's up, brother? What is that? Cat's Kaleidoscope. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. All right, boom. GoDaddy. Here we go. Matter of fact, I'm just going to share my GoDaddy page, the tab with y'all. Let me go back and just do that. Let me stop sharing. I'm sorry. I'm just going to share the GoDaddy tab with y'all because we'll be there primarily. Might jump off once or twice, but primarily that's where we are. So I'm sharing strategy with y'all today. All right. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So you guys remember this. This is my cover homepage. All right. Let me go to my preview tab. You open it up like this. And it's my updates. Let's see where I can actually make the zoom. There we go. We're gonna make this bigger. Can we make it bigger? Even more? A little bit more? All right, here you go. All right, so you remember this. All right, and then you guys remember this, the promo. Marlon.
Shout out to ASTP Photography.
I want you laying me down to a teddy bear.
You guys remember that, right? All right, cool. Matter of fact, I want y'all to ask me any questions. And when the questions come in, I'll be able to see them in my chat section on my end. All right, so let's get back to it. Hold on. GoDaddy. All right, here we go. All right, so if I go into my event page, we've already went over all of this where all of my events are now complete. This is Marlon Wayne's first tab or first folder. Candid moments with everybody, a lot of those. We have a second folder, highlights from 3 different events. I want to give you guys a different perspective. Yeah. Brittany, thank you for joining, sis. I see you, love. So we have the Country Swing Dance Boot Camp by Lexi Lord and Kelly Holmes. These are fire. The whole objective was to try to promote my best work with all of this. So there may be 1 or 2 different portrait galleries that I may remove, but outside of that, I think for the most part, most of these are set in stone. So the way that I'm going to do it is these are set in stone. I may swap them out maybe like once a month and make a big announcement with that. And what I'm also looking at doing is I really like how these came out. So swap these out once a month and then make a big announcement. Again, there's some that I may not keep right now, but as of now, for the most part, these are set in stone. So I'll be creating blogs with updated photos throughout the month. And the blogs that I create, the blog posts that I create will just be sharing my experiences with current sessions that I have, whether it's an event, whether it's portrait, whether it's a wedding or whatnot. That's going to the blogs will just explain my experience with those experiences, right? But then the following month, I may just rotate out the blog posts with my gallery posts. So it goes from blog to gallery. And then from there, of course, I'll do my rotations that way every month, right? So so that's how I'm looking at doing it. That's how I'm looking at doing it. I think it would make sense. It would make sense. Yeah. So yeah, so these are all my events here. Page. Of course, y'all know we just had the Carrot Mask this past weekend. I have some good shots. I have some pretty decent shots. I was mad at myself a little bit because I had my camera in the wrong settings and didn't realize it until afterwards. And I was kicking myself in the mouth the entire time, bro. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was really bad, actually. I'm hard on myself like that. So yeah, but those are my events. Let's switch over to the page that you guys have not seen, which would be fashion. Go to my fashion page, of course, New York Fashion Week here. I'm still on the fence about the New York Fashion Week pictures too. But the Elite Fundraiser Show 2024, these are great. Shout out to Tim Johnson, Alva. Shout out to Crooked. Yeah, these are fire. Danville Fashion Week. These are great too. Again, I want you guys to see the best work that I have, that I've done, because I want you to understand why the prices are going to be what they're going to be. Don't just feel like, oh, well, he's just jumping the prices just because he think his website is nice. No, this is actually hard work. A lot of sacrifice here. A lot of time spent trying to figure this thing out. A lot of time spent traveling and giving back, working with producers, show producers, working with individuals. I mean, I gave more than I received through this whole journey. I can definitely say that. I gave way more than I received during this journey, for sure, for sure. So, yeah, it's only right. And I feel like it's time, for sure. It is time. So, yeah, these are great too with the babies. I love these. Nice little soft light on the babies. And then PD Fashion Week. I guess I did decide to keep those. I thought I deleted these, but I kept them. Um, just doing a quick run through with y'all really fast. Quick run through and the portraits, of course. I really love how the portraits came out because of those. Yeah, and the covers are great. Sessions is fire. Shout out to Brian Youngblood. Yeah, these are dope. Fire shots, y'all. Big fan with Keith here. Yep, 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 yep. Got the Baileys up here. Really love these. Happy anniversary. I think yesterday or the day before was the anniversary. So shout out to y'all. One of the dopest couples that I know, man. Really good people. Good people. Yeah. Got the Delta, what is the Raleigh Alumni Chapter, Delta Sigma Theta President's Board. Amazing women doing great things. Yeah. Sarah Wilder. And as y'all saw that I had 2 sessions last week that I went live to cover just to share with everybody. And like I said, those will be my blog posts probably next week because I have to get those finished this week. One of them today for sure. Maybe the other one, well, one of them by the end of tomorrow and the other one by the end of the following day. So those will be ready for blog posts next week. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do that. Yeah, shout out to Dr. Tamara Thomas, my sister. Great photos. Carborough, shout out to Megan and the family. I like how those came out too. Shondale, these are great too. Let's get social. I may end up taking these off and see if maybe we can rebook a totally new session. Not, I mean, these are great, but I think we can do better though. So as far as the shooting style, it's changed since then, which means that the photos have a different quality, in my opinion. Um, yeah, my shooting style has changed a lot since then. I'm doing new things now, so I'll be see if we can reset and do a totally new session. Yeah, Coco Diggs, thank you, sis. Thank you for joining. Just doing a quick run through with everybody to show you what I've done and what my plans and strategies look like moving forward. So yeah, shout out to Tiffany, brother Derek, Mr. McKnight, brother. I'm talking like this because I'm in a clubhouse. There's other people in here. I don't want to be disrespectful and like I'm home in my room, my usual setup. My mother's supposed to be getting some rest right now. She just got a call when I went back there. Couldn't find my HDMI cord for this webcam. You think HDMI could I get better quality than this? But she had another call saying that her rescheduled train ticket was just canceled again because of the derailment that took place yesterday, Sunday. So that's a whole thing that we're dealing with now. And I was like, look, I got to go out. I'll call him back when I get back. Don't worry about it. I'll call him back, get you some rest. So it's been one thing after the other, man. Literally. Shout out to Sasha Nicole. These are just more candid. She has some more professionally. I just thought the ones that with the laughs are really dope because we want to show personality. We want to show the process. We want to show that excitement, the joy with the client experience. So I thought those were really good to choose. All right, so now to my blog page. This is what's going to be my blog pages. So twice a week, I'll be creating a blog. So you have two different blogs that are already set up here. I have my tags, birthdays, and celebration. As the blog categories, as the blogs grow, the categories will also grow too. So if I go into this first one with Aditra, we go in here. That's the cover photo. Yeah, the title up top, celebrating 45 years with Aditra. Do your thing, man. I appreciate it, Coco. Thank you. It's been a lot going on, man. I'm trying to stay focused. It's been a lot going on. So as you guys know, when we're doing blogs, we want to try to highlight the experience, right? Because storytelling is a thing. And of course, a storyteller's promotion and photography, right? Matter of fact, while you're on here, Coco, I have to shout you out. I did before because a lot of people don't know that I'm also an artist. And my artist name is the lyrical storyteller. And I was telling people on one of the videos how you gave me that name years and years ago, because of the way that I actually write and my style of music. Storytelling. I love storytelling. Love storytelling. So a storyteller's promotions and photography it just went hand in hand because mentally my mind is actually programmed to give you freaking segments of a story to kind of bring it all together again and stuff inspired by the music. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, turning 45 never looked so good. This birthday session is a true celebration of confidence, style, and the pure joy that comes with embracing life in your 40s and beyond. This is the first photo in the blog. And this will be the formatting of my blog. We have the title, we have the first introductory line, and then we start going into photos, and then we're breaking up the photos with other little small paragraphs. From the radiant smile that holding festive birthday cake to the playful energy of balloons, a sparkling attire, every photo captures the essence of living boldly and loving every moment. The birthday star shines in a chic red top and dazzling sequins dress, which is the next photo, right? What is it? Exuding self-assurance and happiness, whether laughing with a cake in hand, striking a pose with a Mickey Mouse balloon, or popping a bottle with a toast another fabulous year. Her spirit is absolutely infectious. This is another photo here with the sequin dress and the balloon. Of course, y'all know I use AI with this, right? And there's no shame because I want to give y'all the game. We don't have to work as hard like we used to before, which also means that we could also alleviate having to spend money to build a team. Now, does a team versus a subscription weigh itself out? It depends. It depends. And speaking on that, I actually had a meeting with the a web. What was it? I sat in on a presentation from the Black Chambers of Commerce in Durham today. It was a web presentation, and the sister that was up there, she was talking about remote talent workers, pretty much virtual assistants, but from Africa. So me being who I am, knowing that I love everybody, but I think for me myself, the love for the diaspora is always first, right? So instead of spending money towards, finding a virtual assistant in the Philippines or any other demographic, we could always go back to our root, right? And find talent that are in Africa. So if you guys are open to that idea, which I told the young lady that did the presentation that I'll be reaching out because I'm relaunching this website and I would love to build a team around this. Now I have a son that wants to get into this, but he kind of taking his time and I'm at a different pace right now. So I'm like, listen, if we're going to do it, let's do it. Get some of your homeboys and we can all get together and have these meetings and we can go over this the details of what I have going on. I have all the tools, all the software, everything already lined up. All we have to do now is learn the software and learn to implement and build strategy around it, right? I'm looking at getting a team and I need a team ASAP. You see what I'm saying? And if the option is let's outsource to talent that are in Africa, yeah, that's a win-win. You know what I mean? The formatting as far as how they have the business structure is really dope because they have their own hub spots that they've created in Africa with internet services. They get paid handsomely from what I was told. And of course, currency differentiations between American dollars versus, the currency in Africa. It's a big difference. So, it won't hurt our pockets to sew back into the motherland and the people that are there with the talent that we need to pretty much help our businesses scale. It's no different than going to the Philippines or doing it outsourcing to Filipinos or whoever else that's doing it, right? So I thought it was dope. And I said, yeah, we're going to set something up. We'll set it up and we'll talk to see how we can help each other out. Or you can help me and I can pretty much pay for the services instead of paying for subscriptions. Does it weigh out? Does it make sense? I'm giving y'all free fuel. I'm giving you free fuel, So these are images. These images are a reminder that your 40s are a time of celebration. You're celebrating yourself, your journey, the wonderful experiences yet to come. It's about making memories, feeling beautiful, and letting your personality shine through every frame. So yeah, this is if you're ready to capture your own milestone with style and joy. Storytellers Promotion and Photography is here to help you create portraits that reflect your unique story. Don't wait, book your session today and let's celebrate you. See what I mean? But that's just one of the blogs, right? The second blog is with Shondell, which I really like. Yeah, second blog is Shondell, celebrating 50 years. And of course, I'm just going to go through the photos. I'm not going to read it all to you all, but yeah, this is just how it's set up, and this is the formatting. Again, I think it's a great thing, and this is also going to be really good for places like Instagram. Once I go live on Instagram, matter of fact, Shondell just had her birthday last Saturday, so happy birthday, my sister! It was great working with you. Definitely would love to work some more. So any other ideas that you have, let's connect and let's make it happen. This was a lot of joy, a lot of excitement. I was really happy about this session here. So yeah, celebrating 50, making 50 look good, making them 50 look good. See what I mean? But yeah, all right. So let's go back, and I'm going to take you into the back office of GoDaddy because I want to give you guys some free game. Let's see. They have little fruit flies in here that's coming from the kitchen. We have a coffee maker in there, and there's fruit flies in here. I'm like, I need to get a bug zapper, a little small one. So while I'm in here, they stop bothering me. I can't help everybody else, but while I'm up in here, they can stop bothering me. All right. Anyway, let me go back. Where am I? Website builder. Let's go to the dashboard. Oh, here we go. So this is my back office, my dashboard for GoDaddy, right? This is my back office stuff here. The website's still getting hits, which is crazy, and I'm not even promoting yet. So 272 views for the last 7 days. It still get hit. So the views will constantly show up. Here's some things about GoDaddy that I didn't know, that I just learned about, right? So if we go into stuff like SEO, GoDaddy has integrated with, what is it, Aeroso, not Aeroso, but what it's called, Aero. I'll show you. It's logging up. It's loading up here. Let me give you guys some free game. It shouldn't take this long to load. I don't know why it's still loading. All right, here we go. So this right here shows up. It actually gives you a full breakdown of your site and lets you know where this could actually help you with setting up your SEO, which is your what is it? The search engine optimization, right? Which is SEO. So here's like missing keywords that I'm actually missing on my website since I've done the last update. So this is what I'll be finishing and finalizing for the rest of the day, right? So I'll be finalizing this information here, stuff like that. There's actually now a service with GoDaddy that it will actually do some of the work for you, which is pretty cool. My rankings, no data yet. Of course, let me see. Refresh my data. Let's see what I'm showing up here as. This is actually pretty helpful. A lot. It's helpful a whole lot. Yeah. This also gives you word searches. So for my business, which means my business could actually go here and areas where I could actually plug in for SEO keywords. I could actually plug in the most, I guess none of them are like being clicked, but the most searched would probably be promotions photo shoot. So that means that I could actually, within the last week, which means I could actually go here and then I could start doing that. So with my left side, my paid position says 1. Position of your website on the page, you rank. If you are the top result on the page, your position is 1, which actually is, but the problem with that is I'm still waiting on the update for my location change, because I was on page number 1, rank number 2 in Wake Forest before I moved here. And I don't know why it's taking so long, but I'm actually looking to try to get everything transferred to this address here for my Google search, which is a thing. So part of your online reputation is to make sure that your address and your SEO matches up. If not, you'll be collecting data for the last location that you were set. So, give y'all some marketing tools, y'all some free fuel, right? So email marketing, this is crazy. Email credits. Look how many email credits I have. And I have that many, 125,000, because I'm paying for it, and I didn't even know I was paying for that. I think it's like $49 a month or something like that. But yeah, I have stuff up here that I have not been using all this time, which means part of my campaign is to utilize my email options up here, because I was paying MailChimp before. And the thing about MailChimp, I uploaded I came across some information It uploaded about, I came across a plug. Somebody gave me, looked out and gave me a bulk of emails of people that I could actually email to in my niche. So I uploaded those emails. And after I did that, because it went over my threshold for the account that I had, MailChimp decided to charge me like 325, or they tried to charge me $325 because of the amount of emails that I was given. And it blocked my campaign because I exceeded the threshold for the amount that I could send out. So now I'm like, well, that was dumb. You know what I mean? So, well, okay, I didn't know that, right? So I kind of owe MailChimp. Now I need another service provider, and I've had this the entire time when I could have been doing the same thing here, which is crazy. Right. So email marketing, email campaigns, they have templates that you can use. They have different things. It's just, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Digital ads. This will probably be the most important one. So if you have a website, definitely check your back office to see if you have access to creating ads from your back office. And this is all powered by AI. See what I'm saying? Like, this was a test that I just kind of opened it up to see what would happen. You can create ads for just Facebook. Well, this is the Google ads by Arrow, and then you have the Facebook and Instagram ad. But I went here and it actually set everything up for me. It did ask me my target audience, looking at the age group and your distance, which is your range. So based on my analytics that I've seen, 35 through 45 is my target audience, right? That's the age group between 35 and 45. I get the most views, the most hits, all of that. And I find that on Instagram and Facebook. Whenever I look at my professional dashboard, you could actually see that. And because I can pick that up and track it from Facebook and Instagram, then it actually helps kind of retarget the age group. And of course, in a 10-mile radius is ideal, right? Based on some research that I've done. I didn't know that I have this access either. So I'm doing my research as I'm learning this website stuff. I'm like, well, let me see what this tab do. Let me see what kind of tools that I have access to. What's going on here? What could I do there? And then, of course, the ideal budget is $30 for 14 days, which gives me $2.14 a day. And that gives me a start date of today, matter of fact. So you can edit it. The recommended is 30. You can go down to 15, 50. Now, the thing about ads, too, that I understand, which I'm not really good at setting up ads, but the concept of ads, I kind of have an idea. The thing about ads, too, you can do test ads for $2 to $5, a test ad. And if the ad is set up right, then you could actually find the right ones, like A/B testing, right? The difference between two different ads. And how they're running and performing. So if the ad is running really good off of $2 or $3 or maybe $5, you can take that ad that's running good and throw a bunch of money behind it and it'll take off. Now, the thing about GoDaddy, what I think is interesting is how it automatically gives you a recommendation of $30 as if it's guaranteed to give you results. Like $30 to test out ads is a bit expensive. You see what I'm saying? And I just think that it's interesting, but it does say right here, if you look down here, choose how long you want your ad to run. Facebook recommends letting your ad run for at least $1 a day. I click the question mark. Each day your ad runs, Facebook will take a different placement and default to what performs best. This means that some days may yield more clicks than others. Setting an average spent of at least $1 a day allows enough money to gather sufficient information to learning. And that's good too. And that might be the way, but it's going to take a little bit longer. So if you want more of an aggressive approach out like 14 days, you can do 7 days or anything like that, but 30 days is the minimum because of the recommendation of $30, which is $1 a day, right? So you're telling me that GoDaddy could do the work for you? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So that's just, some more tools, some free fuel for y'all to check out. Right. Of course, blogs. We already went over that. And then GoDaddy also has a content creator. Now, I'm not getting paid by GoDaddy. I'm not getting paid by GoDaddy to do all of this, but I just find it interesting though that I have all these features and I didn't even know that I had these features. So now, like, I can literally go through all of this. And I create Instagram stories. Just like, I mean, I use Adobe for stuff like this, but that could also be another bill that I could alleviate because I already have access to a lot of this stuff here. I think Adobe may have a bit more flexibility, maybe, when it comes to creating flyers and content like this. Or I can just get rid of that altogether. It's what Adobe Express. What is it called? Well, I create the flyers on Adobe. But anyway, I may be able to get rid of that altogether and just do everything here, because all of this is fully customizable. It's just no different than Canva, no different than Canva and Adobe and whatever other software that's out there. So Facebook covers or whatnot, all of that stuff is here, right? All right, cool. So I want to take you all I want to show you all something else because I'm also looking at getting my, I'm not going to take you there because I have emails in there. So I don't want to expose that. Appointments, commerce, email, website, domain, dashboard. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen and then I'm going to take you into another screen and show you something pretty cool. Let's go here. Let's go here. Stop sharing. Yeah. Brian, what's up, man? Brian, you say you build your site with GoDaddy. Yeah, I do my site off GoDaddy, bro. Yeah. It's pretty cool, though. Kelly, thank you for joining. Love, Eat, Pray, Travel. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Imani Arts, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yeah, everything is done off of GoDaddy. I'm going to give y'all some free fuel today. For anybody that's looking to build your business, this is just off of pure research. I'm self-taught in everything that I do, all that I know, which means it may take me a little bit longer to build. That's why I would rather have a team to get around all of that full process. And let me see. I'm going to take you into, is the site on? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take you in first on YouTube to show y'all a quick review of the AI assistant that I'm looking at using for my website. I haven't found one that gives you the full breakdown yet, but I've came across the information to see how it works. So I'm going to share my screen, probably my entire screen for now. Let me just go to the tab. All right. So check this out. This is actually pretty cool. There's another one that I saw that was actually really, really good, but I couldn't find out where it was, what the creator was. I'm like, yo, what is it? What is this, man? This is really, really good. Really, really good. I'm trying to find a short one. Pros and cons. We'll go that one. We'll do this.
M1 AI Phone Assistant is one of those apps that promises to change how we handle calls, messages, and voice tasks. Basically turning your phone into a smarter, more conversational tool. But does it actually deliver? Let's take a look. The idea is simple. It's a virtual AI assistant that can answer calls, transcribe voicemails, send SMS replies, and even hold conversations using a natural sounding voice. It's clearly built for people who are constantly missing calls, freelancers, small business owners, or anyone who just hates picking up unknown numbers. The interface is clean and setup only takes a few minutes. Once it's running, M1 automatically intercepts calls you can't answer and engages the caller in a natural back and forth conversation, letting you review summaries later. Now for the good, the AI voice is surprisingly human-like, and its ability to understand context is decent. It's great at collecting caller intent and contact info. The real-time call summaries and follow-up suggestions are also super helpful if you're managing clients or leads. And since it's cloud-based, you don't need a fancy phone setup, just the app. But it's not all smooth. The free version is limited, and most of the useful features like unlimited AI calls or CRM integrations are behind a paywall. Some users report bugs or delays during high call volume hours, and if your callers aren't used to talking to an AI, it can feel a bit impersonal or even sketchy. So is M1 AI worth it? If you're constantly overwhelmed with calls or looking for an assistant style tool without hiring a human, it's a solid option. Just expect to pay if you want its full potential. And that would be all for today's review video. Thanks for watching.
So that's just a gist of one of the that's just a gist of one of the software, the AI assistants that I'm looking at using for my website. Of course, it will cover my onboarding process for me. So I'm not sure if this was the one that I saw that could actually read the website, to learn your website, to know what to ask and how to interact. And anything that it misses, then you could actually go back in and test it yourself by asking certain questions and interacting with it yourself. And whatever it doesn't know, you can import that information by manually typing it in. And as you manually type it in, then it'll be able to cover and give the correct answer if something's off. Let's say, for example, the time that my business is up and running. What time am I doing my appointment based? Am I up and running? Do I have great business hours? And if it doesn't get it right, or if it's anything dealing with the onboarding process, I can go back and feed it the information and then test it again, and it'll give you the right response and the right interaction prompts. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Also, getting into chatbots. Chatbots are another big deal as well. Getting into chatbots where you could actually be prompted by my chatbots to book your session through the chatbot, right? So that's also another channel that I would love to incorporate in my website. And so I've been on the back end kind of playing around with chatbots to try to figure that out. Again, I'm one person, bro. I would love to have a team. Again, I nerd up on this stuff because a lot of people don't know that I used to do this full time, like the whole promotions and marketing thing. When ASTP photography started, that's what it was, so Storytellers Promotions, it was when it was just that without the photography, then that's exactly what it was, a Storytellers Promotions. I learned a lot of good tools and resources, and I think the thing that trips everybody up is learning the algorithm after you've learned all these different tools and resources. So that's always the thing that we have to always be mindful of, is what does the algorithm say? How do we interact with that? What are the processes? What time to post, and how do you post? How do you keep an exciting post? Like, it's different. There's a lot that goes with that. And thankfully, social media literally gives us the answer now. If you have professional professional dashboards. Had a brain fart. Boop. All right. So I'm going to give you another tool that I'm looking at using. Let me go back to my share screen. I'm giving y'all free game today, man. Free fuel. This is something that I use here, which is Hi Hello. This wasn't what I was going to show you, but this is what I use on my mobile phone, right? Hi Hello. Let me make sure you can see it. Get my mom calling me again. I tell her, I'm like, oh my goodness. So Hi Hello is another tool that I use. And Hi Hello is what I use for my business card. So I have my QR code here. And, of course, it has all of my links, my website, social media pages, my business line, my main line. So when I meet somebody in passing, they say, hey, you got a business card? And I have a virtual one. You can scan this with your phone. Boop, hit it right there to scan the QR code. Hit that. And what happens is it takes them to a page where my profile shows up, which is everything here on the left side. This is my profile that shows up when a person scans my QR code, right? A lot of y'all might have seen that. Like, I got, these are the amount of views that I have. Total saves, almost 500 people have my information, right? These are the amount of contacts that I actually have back from the people that save my information, which means this is the amount of people that actually save their information correctly, because there's a process. And if you don't do it correctly, then they may get your information, but you may not get theirs in return. So there's a process, but here we have it. This is when the person scans my QR code, boom, it takes them to an individual page like this that has all my information here on the left, right? And then after that, they will save my information to their phone, which is a really easy process. and then they'll be prompted to add their information right afterwards. So if they don't share their information afterwards and include their their name, phone number, and email, which the phone number is optional, but the email is mandatory. You got to have the email. So if the email isn't imported, then you're just left with the name and the phone number. But the email is mandatory. I have it set up where the email is actually mandatory. And once they hit the save button, after they've included their information, they'll get my information saved to their phone. They'll also get an email of my information, and then I'll also get an email of their information, a CV, what is it, a CV contact, a CD format contact, right? And then I'll get CSV contact format. So then, this is only like, I think like $11 a month or something like that. The free version will still give you access. You just can't customize it with the colors. And I believe you're limited with the amount of social media tags and everything else, the information that you put in there. But you can still get it, though. I think having this, I even say pay for the premium once and then just don't listen to me. But anyway, there's just a lot. I'm not going to take y'all into that because they might have personal information up there. But yeah, so it gives you two different accounts. The free version also gives you two different accounts. You have, this one is my business one, and this one's a personal one. I think with this one, I'm going to create a community for men. And my community for men is called Black Imprints. We discover God through the universe, science, and nature. That's what the community of men is for. So I have a spare one that's over here, which means that I could actually create two different virtual cards, business cards. So when I'm meeting people, I can customize that to represent my community for men, which is called Black Imprints, right? Black Imprints had nothing to do with race either. It does have everything to do with men, but nothing to do with race. But but anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much how this is set up. And I think, like I said, you can get a free version, which gives you two cards. They're very limited on customization. So you get a basic card like what you see here on the left, and it won't have much to it. Let me click on there. Yeah, you won't have much to it. This is the setup, just an email and phone number. And then, but of course, I have a pro, so I can customize this one and make it look like the other side. So you can see there's no activity here. I haven't shared this one at all or nothing like that. So that's just that, All right. So free fuel for those of you guys that's looking to structure your business. I'm gonna give you what I have. This is my process. All right. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And now I'm going to take you to a big screen that I find just fascinating. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen again. And you could probably do everything that I'm about to show you off of just using ChatGPT. I'm going to give y'all some free game. This kind of thing, you got to spend to win. Put it that way. You have to spend to win. And if you're afraid to spend, then you're playing the game backwards. All right. So check this out. This software right here is called Descript. Web.descript.com. It's also subtitled Underlord, right? And Underlord has a lot of features. Oh my God. So the blogs that I actually use, I created the blogs. Let's see if I can go back here. I'm still learning the website too, but I actually created, this is the home screen, and I created the blog by typing in just some basic information here, what to highlight, what to focus on. And I also imported some photos, right? Let's say for an example, let me give you an example here. All right. What do I have here? Let's just say for an example, let's use this Art of Fashion flyer. This will be interesting to test out. So I'm going to use this Art of Fashion flyer. This was by Tim Johnson last year. I don't think he minded me using that. So let's say for an example, I want to promote, this event. Let's say promote this event by creating a post for social media. that, let's say, highlights, let's say social media that highlights fashion and creativity, which should build excitement with the viewer and compel them to purchase tickets. I'm sure you could, like I said, you could probably do this on compel them purchase tickets in a creative way using fashion puns. All right, let's see what happens. It's going to project. It has the photo. It's uploading the photo. It has taken the information that I just imported into it. Now it's starting to think. And like I said, you could probably do all of this on ChatGPT too. I use Copilot off of my phone, and I haven't tried this on Copilot yet, but I really like this software because it has so many different components to it. It will not only, all right, here we go. Let's see what we have here. And like I said, this is just like the way that it reads the whatever you import into it, it's just phenomenal. Even if I didn't put anything in it, I could just say promote this flyer in a creative way using fashion puns, and it probably give me something just as creative, if not better. Is it ready to have fashionate night out? Don't skirt the issue. See what I mean? This is the runway rendezvous you've been waiting for. Join us at Cam Raleigh Arts Museum for the Art of Fashion show on Saturday, September 7, 2024. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7:05 p.m. Expect a night that's so amazing. That's so amazing. So like sewing, you'll be in stitches. I mean, like I just think this is dope. You know, like I don't know. I find it to be very, very attractive. Yeah, I find it to be very attractive. And of course you can change it up. But like I said, this could probably ChatGPT or Copilot, any other software you use could probably do the same thing. Now, what separates this software from all of those other softwares is that you could actually take a video, import it in here, and create short reels by just typing in a prompt, right? So if I want to import a video, I can say I have a 5-minute video, take all the highlights in this video and create a creative 3 creative reels with B-roll. You know what I'm saying? With B-rolls in the background or with dramatic music in the background or something like that. And it will do all of that. See what I mean? I can integrate from Zoom, create a fresh one. It creates AI characters for you. It does, man, this has everything up here. Pretty much everything that you need dealing with creative on a creative tip. So you create clips, create highlight reels, right? Find highlights. It also helps you with script writing too. So if you're doing a presentation or anything like that, you can import it into this and it could actually help format it better or maybe even improve it, right? So like draft the title, it does everything. You can summarize information off of some links. This is off of my content too. I've seen somebody import a link to this and it would actually summarize links. You can import PDFs and just summarize PDFs, import web pages, everything that you need. You could just import it and it'll summarize it, right? Draft YouTube descriptions, draft social media posts, blog posts. It does everything. Look, it'll help you brainstorm information, write the script and write an outline for you. You can rewrite content. This is your video stuff, quick designs, eye contact, right? You can highlight the active speaker, the green screen, automatic multicam, generate an image, blur speaker backgrounds, edit for clarity. I think that's for the audio. Get messages, studio sound, remove filler words, remove retakes. So I can upload a full 30-minute video with all the mistakes and everything, and it'll remove all the retakes and shorten it all, compress it all down to the exact perfect content without the filler words and all that stuff, man. It may jump a little bit, but I mean, that's pretty much, it may jump cuts, what they call it. But that's pretty much how social media is actually editing their videos anyway, by using jump cuts. See what I'm saying? You could take information and have it scripted and add chapters for like not audio books, but like ebooks. I'm thinking ebooks, right? I mean, this thing literally does everything. It does everything. It does everything. Something that I was really impressed by, and I said, yeah, I'm going to check that out. Look, it has stock images. It has everything that you need. Like, it has, I think, 10,000 stock images, everything from backgrounds to images. You could actually create images with AI. You can use captions in your video. You have elements. It's just like using, what's it called? CapCut. Probably better. It may be just about neck and neck with CapCut. I think CapCut may still have them because CapCut has been here a lot longer. But yeah. So again, I haven't like really broke into this yet. But that's a tool that everybody should have, right? Again, today's a day of free fuel. I'm going to give y'all some more information. This is for the business owners. This is important for business owners. If you are a business owner, please believe me, this is probably going to be the most important piece that you'll need for your business to scale, right? Outside of getting emails and doing email marketing campaigns. Check this out. I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to take you all to, where is it at? I have a bunch of stuff up here. I just want to give you a few of them, because ultimately I'm looking at creating an agency, bringing my agency back. And once I get the agency back, then yeah, it's going to be on again. It's on again. It's on again. All right, so check this out. This is the most important part. Bright Local, right? A lot of people don't know what data aggregators are. Data aggregators are the search results that people get when they search your business. You see these top 5 tabs down here, not tabs, but icons down here. These are businesses. These are your top online business listing sites, right? So anywhere that, if you want to improve your SEO, here's the key. The more places that you have spots set for your business to get exposure, the higher your rankings will be, right? I know this because I actually sold, when I was doing the white labeling stuff, before the end of the first year of COVID, I had to learn this information and I had to apply it as well, because I was also helping out small businesses. Now, I didn't know how they were able to get into this kind of partnership where they were actually able to white label this type of service, but I do now. And it's on again. So what this does is, between these top 5 sites right here, you can actually have your site placed on over, I believe it's like over 500 or maybe 1,000 sites, I believe. Let me see. I believe it's like a 500 to up to 1,000 sites or something like that. But for $120 a year, y'all can't say I ain't never give y'all nothing, bro. I promise you. But for 125, here you go. Here's a comparison chart, right? Services, Bright Local, 1,000 plus sites. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. If you want to capitalize off of your Google My Business page and building your SEO and getting that #1 spot on Google, which means anytime somebody searches, you have two different searches, right? You have the local search and you have a general search. The local search will search in your city and in your area, right? So if let's say I'm downtown Raleigh now and I look up professional photographers in downtown Raleigh, boom, all right. Professional photographers in downtown Raleigh, if I search that, my business won't show up for two reasons. The first reason, because I'm still waiting on my transfer from Wake Forest for whatever reason. It's taking this long. It's still taking forever. But so I won't show up because I'm still in Wake Forest. If I did a local search in Wake Forest, I'd probably be on the first page, first or second place on the first page, right? But I'm not in Wake Forest, which means that that's irrelevant. So downtown, if I did that, it would show me whoever's number one spot in Wake Forest, the top 5 local businesses in my area or in Raleigh in general, right? But then you also have your general search, which is more regional. And that may cover either Raleigh, North Carolina, or it may cover all of North Carolina. You see what I'm saying? So between those, I think it's just all of North Carolina for the second search. As far as placement goes, where do you stand on that? Now, if you can capitalize just in your local area, then the first 10 miles, which is how I have my ads set up, going back to the ads. Remember, we did that on on my GoDaddy. So if I do my first 10 miles, I'm not really worried about everything outside of that, because 10 miles from downtown Raleigh is it's covering a lot of landscape, right? And a lot of businesses and a lot of hot spots too. Just within the first 10 miles outside and around Raleigh, well, downtown Raleigh, from my actual address. If I can cover that once my transfer is complete with Google, and I capitalize off of using this service where I'm placed on 1,000 plus websites, which will skyrocket my business to first place and on first page on Google, then guess who wins? I don't care what anybody else do outside of that. It's my business first. You see what I mean? So all of the hard work that I put in with structuring my website, building the content around it, creating the covers, everything all together, that's where it's going to pay off, because I'm not only just on first page and first place. Now the website is also going to speak for itself. So you have to take your time with building the website out, and you have to have the content and the quality and everything else. I'm giving y'all a little small master class, man. This is just a little bit of information that I understand to be true, right? So so Bright Local, I'm giving you guys some free fuel. Joe, what's up, Joe? Appreciate you joining, sis. Let me see who's on Instagram. Anybody on Instagram? But yeah, so I'm gonna give you some free fuel. Here we go. Bright Local will place your business on 1,000 plus sites, right? It tells you the cost, and it also has, the yearly cost as well. So Yext, you have White's Pulse, the same thing, but costs more. Sync Up, well, that's Sync Up, like Sync Up. Mars Local, it gives you the different price ranges, and it gives you the full layout of how this stuff works. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you want to build your site and get the attention that you're looking to get, it costs a little bit of money. Yes, it does. We can spend a little bit of money that we have by investing back into we can spend a little bit of money that we have to pay some bills or whatnot, because we may be in some hardship. And that's an everyday thing for most business owners. Heck, I mean, we're all in that spot, right? I mean, I know I'm in that spot of building from the ground up all over again. So every dime that I spend has to count. It has to make sense. So this intense level of research has to happen in order for my business to become successful. I wake up every day with a plan. I wake up every day working my plan, and I bust my tail from sun up to sundown, going through my learning curves, getting past the blockages, getting past the complacencies, and even learning what I do to sabotage my process because I'm not getting the results that I want. Even learning how I try to find ways to like derail myself or sabotage my process. I might want to eat. I may just binge watch on social media. I have my good days and my bad days, but for the most part, most of my days are good. Yes, sir. Most of my days are good. But this is just a small master class, a semi-master class. But again, like if you guys want to look into this, you're free to do so. You have your monthly expenses, you have the yearly expenses, you have locations, it's just a lot of options that you have here with how this thing could work for you. So yeah, you can run your own agency from here. It's really all up to you as far as how you want to run your business. So don't say I never gave you anything. Just trust and believe. My time away from social media is being used wisely because that's just where I am right now. Every second counts. Everything matters. Everything matters. So yeah, what else is up here? Do I have one more I want to show you all? I think there's one more. I think there's one more. Where is it at? Oh, on human leads. Here's another thing that you could also do too. Like some people don't know that you could actually pay for leads. There are websites that are vetted that you can find where you can pay for leads. Let me show you and give you guys this one. Like I said, everything costs. Everything costs. And you don't have to have the best of each service. Again, this is a site right here called hunter.io. Hunter.io is one that I've had to vet myself to figure out, okay, what is this? Is this going to be good for what I'm doing? Financially, would this make sense, right? And of course, we see these types of prices. You'd be like, man, $149 a month? Get the heck up out of here. But if you think about it like this, let's say if you run an ad on social media. This was something, shout out to Rain Smith, Rain's World Photography, for we had multiple dialogues around advertisements and how to promote your business. Shout out to my circle, my little corner, man. I appreciate all of y'all. But think about creating an ad, right? When you're creating an ad, let's say if I have a service that's out here that I want to promote, and the service costs $450 because I have some expensive packages after I roll this thing out, which I may go over with y'all. I have the notes in my phone. I'll do that after this. But so let's say if I have a package where everything is structured around the add-ons, right? So which means I have a deposit for the booking fee, right? Just to book me, I need a deposit of $200. And then I create packages based off of individual photos. So let's say like in my mini package, my individual photos are $90 a photo. And they start at 5 photos, right? Somewhere around $450. That's $450 plus the deposit fee because you got to book me first before you actually pay for the services. Second, you see what I'm saying? So again, it's a service-based structure where there's a better system than just setting up one base price point for all things based on that service, right? So let's say, for an example, I want to promote that. And within that service and promotion, I could talk a little bit loud. I'm the only one in here besides the construction guy cleaning the windows. But let's say within that, I may want to create an ad that says, well, if I have a package that may be running $450, right? With that ad, I want to do my A/B testing. Remember, we talked about that earlier with the GoDaddy AI advertisement service that offers, but they actually have a recommendation of a start point of $15 and $30, which means they actually do all your A/B testings within that, and they'll find the best one that's working the best, and then they'll run with that, right? So, which is good, really, really good after reading it just now while we were going over that. But let's say in that we're doing our A/B testing and we're working that out on the back end. Once that ad starts to take off, your minimum amount as far as putting into that ad should be whatever that ad cost is. That service cost is. You see what I'm saying? So if it's $450, then that should be the amount that I actually put back towards that ad once that ad starts to pick up and take off, right? And then I can set that amount because that's just for one client, right? So I'm taking what I've earned in the business and I'm investing that back into the business, right? And that's what that means, and that's how you actually have to do that. So if the ad is, I'm only running it for the specialist for 1 month or 2 weeks, Then for 2 weeks, I need to sacrifice a full cost for one of my services to put back into whatever ad is working best, which means with GoDaddy, they have 5 different types of ads. What was it? I had to go back and look at them to show you what they are. But there's 5 different types of ads. One for awareness, one for just if you have a video, you want to promote video, you want to just do a photo, a text ad. You have the Google ad, Google ads. There's like 5 different types of ads for Facebook and Instagram, and I think Google is a separate service. But that means you have to create an ad for each one to figure out which one is going to work best for your business. So if it's recommending $30 or $15 per ad, just to kind of get you started, then that's your start point to test the ads. Now, which means if you're doing $15 an ad, we can do the math on that, right? What is that, $60, I believe, right? For all 5 ads, because you got 5 times 15, that should be 60, right? I think I'm right. And if I'm not, y'all correct me, but I think that's $60, right? Or if you want to go with the $30 one, then we can go with that. So what it is just that whatever that amount is, there's a numbers game that plays behind it. And you have to be able to build that capital. So if it takes me to have to get 2 full sales after I relaunch to get my full set budget to promote like I need to, then those first 2 sales are a sacrifice that goes right back into the business, just so I can get the additional income and the revenue that I'm actually promoting for, right? So if I'm focusing on weddings, that's a big ticket. I don't know if you got to spend the whole grand, because my weddings are starting at $1,200. You know what I'm saying? So that's the start point for the weddings. But like, there's different ways to do it, and there's different budgets per service that you're going to have to learn to create. And these are the things that I've been learning on the back end. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm a self-taught individual. So everything that you guys see about what I'm doing and who I am, like, it's all experiment based, right? It's all experimental. So this is a lead generating ad, right? They actually find vetted emails, right? Let me see, lead data, all plans, subscriptions, that scales and grow. Yeah, so all of these have been vetted. Like, the emails that they accumulate for you have been vetted. And so you won't get any emails that's going to bounce back. And, you know, pretty much the more you get emails that bounce back, you guys already know how that works. You know, it's you begin to become a spam account over anything else. So let's see, pay yearly, pay monthly. So $49 a month to give me 1,000 credits. Still give me, wait a minute now. So that the base lead? I have to go back over this again, because that's a million leads. That's good. Even if I take those leads and use those on my website, right? Because this is also like an email service based kind of service as well. But I can take that little 1,000 lead, was that 100,000, a million on this one, save leads, lead enrichment. If it's giving me that, export that CSV joint and import that back into my GoDaddy. You see what I mean? So like, that's the kind of thing that we have to learn to do. Learning the systems, man. Learn these systems. So I'll stop sharing this screen. Free fuel, man. That's all. It's already an hour, 18 minutes. But I think that's going to be my time. I'm going to share. Should I go over my price list? Should I go over my price list? Let me see. Because I have events, and I have small events like parties, and I also have corporate events too. I have corporate packages and party packages. I have the portrait packages, minis full to also brand packages, right? I'm looking at doing the logos, social media profiles, social covers, business cards, all of that. Like, this is a full reboot for me too, because I have to also implement these these new systems and ideas as well. Going back to something I said earlier towards the beginning, I sat in on a presentation done by one of the members for the Black Chamber of Commerce in Durham today at noon today, which was really, really good. And the point of the workshop was that just like you could actually have virtual assistants from like the Philippines or Afghanistan or wherever else in the world, they have their own that's based out of Africa, right? So I'm like, well, this is good. So now I'm listening to the details, listening to the information. I'm like, man, we can have our own like overseas talent in Africa that could help us with marketing, that can help us with video editing, that can help your business keep up with your calendar, your scheduling, everything that you need for your business. There's a team that I don't know how many other people that's doing it, but this is the first time I've ever heard of it. I've always thought about the Philippines and people in like, I don't know, Afghanistan and different places, because I've been on, Thumbtack and what's the other one? The other sites that you could actually outsource your work through. But I thought that was really good. So I'm like, yes. So what if I could replace having to pay these subscriptions and still have to learn these softwares to just paying somebody to do it for probably less than what the subscription costs? And they're from Africa. And these are considered professionals. So what would that look like? You see what I'm saying? So like, I'm now thinking like, okay, well, how do I work that system? And what do I need to do? And thankfully, I ended up getting the lady's information. I don't know if she's in Africa. I think she's here in the United States. She's in North Carolina, but she's from Africa somewhere. And she built her own company where they have a hub spot and they're ran off of generators, have internet access, everything. The thing about it is that, if I go that route, it has to be full time for their workers, right? So whatever the numbers look like, I don't know. But again, if it would make sense to just replace my subscription costs to somebody that's in Africa, because the currency difference between American dollars and their dollars over there, and they're doing the work for me, what? I don't mind paying $50 a month for a service. You see what I'm saying? As a subscription. But the problem is I still have to learn that subscription or build a team around it. So if I can actually pay the same amount on a monthly base to somebody else, and that's guaranteed to generate the income for me by using that service, what? It's a win-win, bro. So that's where I'm at with everything. That's what I'm looking at doing. That's my process. I was going to give you all this package layout, but I'm not. I'm just going to upload it. The website should be live hopefully tonight by midnight. If not, first thing tomorrow morning. My whole day was messed up because we went to Fayetteville and my mom's train ticket was just canceled again for the second time because of the derailment that happened with the train and in Virginia somewhere. It threw everything else off for the track that my mom would have been on to go home. So we ended up going to Fayetteville last night, had to come right back because that's when we learned as soon as we arrived that her train ticket was canceled because of the derailment that took place. So, but yeah, now she's blowing my phone up. She's been keeping me occupied today, y'all, and I've been doing a lot of back and forth. So I apologize for being late. I was missing my cord for my webcam, and it was just a lot going on, man, like a lot going on. So anyway, this is where I am. This process is going to be everything, and I'm pouring everything into it, right? Hopefully this could be something inspirational to somebody else. Hopefully this could be something that could be a guide to somebody else. There's a lot that went into this process, and there's still a lot more to go into it. But building a team is going to be the key, though. That's the key. I'm really big about teams, and if we can make it work by building a team, then we're in a good space. Doing it by myself, I don't mind it because I rather learn the information too, before building a team or while I'm building it. I mean, that's usually my typical route, but now just build a team, man. And I'm looking at going a route where I'm going to hire somebody from Africa to partially run half of my business, the operations, a lot of the operations on the back end while I create the content. And I'll still be involved, of course, because that's just who I am. I'm always involved, but the bulk of the work will be outsourced to somebody else in Africa. And again, if the numbers make sense and we're making the money, that's not a problem. Let's do it. I hired 3-4 y'all. We can all get this bread. You know what I mean? Give y'all raises and everything, incentives and all. I'm not stingy. I'll spread the wealth. You know, so the more I'm making, the more y'all making. I think it only makes sense. So yeah, I just think that it's time, man. It's time. So I hope this was inspirational to somebody. I hope you were able to take something away from it. I know I'm still building with my following in this whole thing. And, you know, this isn't a viral video yet, but maybe I could show you guys what this looks like through the app after editing. And so I can run this, I'll download this and edit it and run it through the app and see what happens. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, man, that's my time. I'm just sharing my process, sharing the journey, what's next. Free fuel today, and I hope you guys are filled. All right. It is yours truly. Let me go back to my captions. Yours truly, Lamore Decina, aka Mr. ASTP Photography. Where's my thing? I can't find my. Here we go. This was good, y'all. I hope y'all like this, man. I hope y'all like it. I know my lighting isn't the best right now. I'm in the clubhouse out here where I live, and I'll be sharing and creating another promo. I think I'm going to do something for models too while I'm thinking about it, because I also do comp cards for models. So I think I may put a special together for models to come through, and then we all do something like a takeover out here. We'll have a pretty dope sky deck. The clubhouse is finished. It's set up like a business center, which is really nice. We have the pool out here too, so the pool is always a nice touch. But this is about the time that we should be out here taking pictures, time of the day, between about 4 and maybe like 6 o'clock. So whatever I do, I may open up a window from 4 to 6. I'm going to kind of gauge the shadows and the sunset to figure out exactly how we're going to do this. But yeah, I'm looking at doing that next. But yeah, man. That's where I'm at. So if you're going through a lot of trials and tests and stuff, fret not, man. It has to happen. You know, it has to happen. What does the Bible say? I uploaded this earlier. Let me get it to you. All right. Ephesians 6:12. We are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in the dark world, and against evil spirits in heavenly places. So many layers to that. And when you guys see me start rolling out information for the community, for men, about how we find God within the universe, science, and nature according to scripture, yeah, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So many layers to just that one scripture alone. So many layers. So many layers. But yeah, getting back to it. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. I love y'all. Y'all create a beautiful day. And website going live tomorrow. I'm excited. So I'm going to take the rest of my day to get this done. I got to go back and check in with moms, make sure she's okay, and then I'll come back and get back to this right here. But website should be up and running by tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Updates again tomorrow. We're going to be live. All right. Create a beautiful day. Peace.